Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Well, hi there. Welcome to the 2020 Vlogmas Christmas Reptile Room Tour. Let's go!
Honestly, it's never been much about you.
Hello, welcome to or back to the channel. My name is Hunter Houck, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving a tour of my reptile room. I have a ton of reptiles and amphibians in here, and this is the first video of Vlogmas. So, for those of you who didn't see the video that I posted on December 29th, November 29th, I'm going to be uploading a video every other day in December, all the way up until Christmas. So, with that being said, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, and follow me on Instagram so you can help decide what the next videos are. This is a really long video, and I know you guys hate long intros, so let's just get right on into it.
Chestnuts roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So I'm offering this simple phrase.
It's December, which means Vlogmas. So I have no idea if you can even see my face right now, but anyways, the first thing you see when you walk into the room, right next to the door, is this. That's not as seamless as I was hoping. The 2021 Reptiles Unfiltered Calendar with original photography by me. There are still a few left in stock, so be sure to get yours. Link in description. There are also a few business cards and various stickers. Next up we have the photo wall with photos of all of my pets, some of my friends, my Instagram and this beautiful drawing that Zoe from ZA Reptiles did, and this one, and some stickers, and then you see this lovely little croton. It's a croton petra. I need to water it. Yeah, I need to water it. It sheds a lot of leaves because I need to repot it too. I guess over there I have kind of the editing setup and stuff and the filming setup, but we're gonna circle around to that after all the animals. Okay, next up I'm gonna show you the first thing, or the first animal on this shelf. I guess first we need to talk about the plants. Here I have a Dracana fragrans jade jewel. I have a Spathiphyllum starlight, a Syngonium podophyllum Marie illusion, and a Marble Queen pothos. So these all normally go in Persephone, my Woodhouse's toad enclosure, but she has like a bunch of enclosure upgrades going on right now, so she's in a temporary enclosure, which means all of her plants are in a temporary tub. Anyways, let's move on to the white tree frogs. So their enclosure is pretty high up, but I can reach all the way to the top. So it's, for the record, they're juveniles, obviously, and I will show them to you. But they have a screen top, or screen front, I guess, and it's a 20-gallon long turn on its side with lots of stuff for them. I'm gonna mist my hands so that I can pick up the first frog here, which is, come here, Prada. As you can see, they are very, very small little frogs. Okay, hopefully it's focused. Anyways, here's Prada. Go back, Prada. They're so lazy, they don't want to do anything. Now I must find the other frog. I genuinely have no idea where this frog is. Oh, they're right here. Oops, I didn't miss that hand. And here is Parker. Parker is obviously a very much more colorful frog. And they just peed. Okay, let me clean that up real quick. Well then, now that I've got that cleaned up, I guess let's move on. That's the frogs telling us that they are no longer interested in being on camera. Bye, little frogs. That's the first time that either of these frogs have peed on me, so I'm a little shocked. Okay, let's move on. Down here we have the next level of enclosures. Oh, here's some more frog pee. Here are 2 more enclosures. So, this one, let me just make it incredibly clear. Persephone is only in here for another probably 2 weeks. Soon I'm gonna plant her new enclosure, then that has to settle in for a little bit. Like the plants have to settle in, and then she can go in there. But it's a tub. Let me mist my hand again. Persephone has manners, so she would never pee on me. But let me show you how incredibly tiny she is compared to this enclosure. Yeah, like, this is still pretty big for her. And she just jumped. Anyways, in there she just has a couple inches of coconut fiber to burrow in, a water dish, a hide, and a food bowl, and some different rocks and stuff. Let me get the coconut fiber off of my hands. So next up, I guess I should move this. We have Pippin's enclosure, which, for those of you who don't know, Pippin is a very young leopard gecko. So right now this enclosure is absolutely perfect for her at her size. We have a warm hide, a hammock, which underneath the hammock she likes to hide to, some fake plants, a log hide, which actually this is where her humid hide used to be, but I'm trying to think of a way to make this into a humid hide. I'll probably stuff it full of wet paper towel when she's getting close to shed, because at this age, and especially since she's a blizzard, you can tell when she's about to go into shed. And then her cool hide, aka the hide that she likes to poop in. Her litter boxes, yes, she uses a litter box, actually 2 are being washed right now. Anyways, yeah, and then of course she has a water dish, calcium hide, and food bowl. This isn't an in-depth enclosure tour though. This is a pet room tour. Reptile room. I call it reptile room. It's also got amphibians and me. I'm taking out this hide just to show you Pippin, because some of you probably have never seen my channel before. So here she is. So some people would consider this a perfect size for an adult leopard gecko. I personally wouldn't. I usually recommend 30 gallons at the minimum, but 40 gallons is even better. I guess floor space, of course, is more important though, but you do still need some climbing room, because leopard geckos, when given the opportunity to climb, will climb. So this is just an enclosure for a couple more months until a 40-gallon breeder is open, which is down here, which we will talk about next. Well, hi there. What an awkward camera angle this is. I guess first, since this is an in-depth room tour, here's the box that I put outgoing mail in. So like any sticker orders or calendar orders, those go there, so that the next day I can take them to the post office. Here's what we're all here for. So I could not get a good angle with you on the ring light, so I took you off, and anyways, here is River's enclosure. Here is River, if it wants to focus. So for those of you who don't know, she is a very young bearded dragon. She was born in September. I have a whole video where I unboxed her from, she was shipped to me from a breeder in Florida. And then, so, basically her enclosure, I haven't shown it on camera before, so, she still is technically not in quarantine since she's in the pet room, but she's still not in, like, her adult enclosure because I'm waiting for her to grow a little more. So it's paper towels as a substrate because she is a baby. And then she climbs up this, then up onto this, then up onto here, which is where her basking spot is. There's her basking light, and here's her UVB. We use Arcadia 12% UVB for her. It's a little bit more expensive, but I really love it. It's awesome. And then we have a slate rock here that heats up really well. And then we have another rock that gets somewhat warm. And then, so she will only eat dubia roaches out of tongs. So I have superworms and black soldier fly larvae. Just 2, she usually gets like 2 of those each day in a little container. And then her salad, she gets some bugs in her salad, and her dubia roaches, which are the staple in her diet, get hand fed to her. And then a water dish. I live in a super dry area, so it doesn't bring the humidity up enough that it's super, like, I don't have to worry about that. And also, if you're wondering why it says it's only 90 degrees, that's because it is evening time, so her heat her heat bulb is shut off because it's dark outside. And here is her thing that says river, which if you're interested in one of these, you can get from my shop at shop.hunterhouck.com. They have free shipping, and they make a great Christmas gift for someone you know who keeps reptiles. This may be the worst camera angle I've ever had, and believe me, I've had a lot of bad camera angles. So I'm gonna get my face out of the shot, and let me introduce you to what I like to affectionately call the reptile kitchen. So first, let's start with all the feeder insects. We have some black soldier fly larvae. These are babies that are being grown into adults. We have some superworms that these are tiny that I'm waiting to grow into adults, because the place I get them from was sold out of everything but babies. And then I have an insane number of roaches. All of these are roaches. They're dubia roaches, which I feed to the animals. So these ones are ones that get fed to the animals, and then these ones are ones that are not being fed because I'm saving them up to breed them. So I need to figure it out because the heat mat is only getting it to about 88 degrees, and I want it to be closer to 92, and I haven't seen any breeding activity, which is not great. But let me close that, and we'll move over here to on top of the fridge. So we have these containers which are actually made to put mealworms in, and then you just leave them in an enclosure, but that's not what I use them for. I have one that I put insects in, and then I'll put in this one multivitamins, in this one calcium with D3, and in this one calcium without D3, so that I can feed them real quick, and then I'll be like, because I tongue feed as many of the reptiles as will accept it. So basically all of them except for Persephone, which isn't even a reptile. And then here I don't even know what's in here. Oh, a bunch of superworms that pupated before I could use them. And then I have an extra food dish, a laser thermometer, and several pairs of feeding tongs. And then in the fridge, so it's basically empty. It just has some multivitamin powder. Did you know that if you keep your reptile supplements in the fridge, they last longer? So I have multivitamins, calcium without D3 and calcium with D3. And then I have an empty container that big chunks of veggies go in for the feeder insects. I need to refill that tomorrow. And then some mustard green containers that I need to refill tomorrow. And then some bok choy and red bell pepper and bee pollen and adult black soldier fly larvae, which you can put in the fridge and that keeps them from growing anymore. So this is the perfect size, so I keep them at this size, and same with mealworms. And then in the freezer I have some dubia roach food. This is not their main diet. They mainly get veggies. This I just sprinkle on top of it to help them grow faster. And then we have some beautiful Christmas lights. And then we'll go up to the top shelf here in a minute. But first, here, let me shut this so that there's not a reflection. Ew. There we go. Is my little crooked little tree. I need to fix that. I just got it out yesterday, so I need to finish floofing it and trimming it and such. But anyways, it's on my bedside table where I also have my Google Home, so I can do all the cool stuff like, hey Google, turn off the lights. And it turns off everything except obviously not the ring light. And all of the pet lights are also on Wi-Fi outlets, so I can turn them on and off automatically. Hey Google, turn on the lights. All the pet lights are too, but they operate individually. So anyone who has a Google Home out there, if you don't understand this, you probably don't understand this, but I have the pet lights in their own room, so that when I say turn off the lights, it only turns off my lights and doesn't turn off the animal lights, because I want those to be on a timer. Now that we've talked about the Christmas decor on this side of the room, let's move over to one of my most infamous enclosures. So this is the quote infamous enclosure because all of you love it. The inhabitant Peyton loves it, but I hate this enclosure, and it's because I built it and I don't love it, so I'm planning on like completely redoing it, and I'm trying to decide if I want to sell this and get an Exoterra or if I want to just redo the inside of the enclosure or something, but it bothers me because I see it every day. And let me get down the key. I don't have a key so that someone can't get in because no one's gonna get in, but it's so that Peyton can't escape. And actually, because of the glare, I'm just gonna take these doors out. So in here, again, this isn't an enclosure tour video, but I will just show you around a little bit because why not? So we first start here on the warm side. This is a piece of slate which is heated from the bottom, and a warm hide, and then this rock is also heated from the bottom, and of course they're all on a thermostat. And for those of you who don't know, this is a live planted enclosure, and there is one plant left. The video of me planting this did really well, and actually that's why a lot of you guys are here, but Peyton, she didn't love the plants as much as we all did, so she's killed all of them but one, so I need to figure something out to do with that. And then I have a piece of cork in here because reptile keepers love their cork bark. A little water dish which you can't see, but it's adorable, so I want to show you. It's this one. I handmade it. I used to make pottery. And then her little cool hide. Another reason I don't like this is because it's so tall and long but narrow, so I can't fit in a humid hide, so I have to mist this part of the enclosure when it's about to, or when Peyton's about to shed, which here comes Peyton. Peyton has me trained. She is begging for food right now, and it is not her feeding night, but I'm gonna give her a small insect anyway because I'm nice. And I have a special spot in my heart for Peyton because she was my first reptile. Come here. I know, she's like, I want a bigger roach, you dummy. This is all you get tonight. Eat it or don't eat it. If you don't eat it, the frogs will eat it. She's like, this is too small for me. Girl, eat it. She missed. There we go. Let go of the tongs. Okay, she got it. Silly gecko. Normally she gets roaches that are about double that size, but it is not her feeding night, and I don't want her to make that a habit. Anyways, the part that I really don't like about this enclosure is the most prominent part, the background. So I decided I would make a DIY background, and I spent a ton of time and quite frankly a lot of money on this. This background alone probably cost me $30 worth of foam. I used a lot of foam for this, and it turned out horribly. And here's this fake plant that I love. This fake plant. It's my favorite fake plant. I have it in the description of all of my videos because I love this fake plant so much. Anyways, oh, she also has UVB. She right now has a Reptile brand UVB, but it's going to expire in January. It'll be 6 months old then, so I'm switching her to Arcadia in January. So over here we have one of my favorite parts of the room, which is this plant. It's a Spathiphyllum liana, and actually I need to dust the leaves really bad. I'll just spray them. They don't love a ton of humidity, but you can spray their leaves occasionally to dust them off. And I need to probably repot this soon because it is getting big. But I made this pot, like I didn't make the pot, I made the hanger out of paracord and stuff. And it was fun, and I really enjoy it. And then over here I have the trash can, and it's just there for Christmas time because there's nowhere to put it because of the Christmas decorations. Now let's move up here. So now we move up here. So the first thing is this lovely print. It's a bearded dragon. It was by Paige Penrose. She's an amazing artist. She has an Etsy shop and stuff. Definitely, honestly, my favorite artist. We do talk occasionally, so she might be watching this, and if you are Paige, you are amazing. You guys go check out her Etsy shop for sure. And here's a sticker from Strode's, which is the brand of leopard gecko litter box that Pippin uses, and a Pangea pin, and some other stuff. A jar of crystals. Anna, if you're watching this, I have some crystals. I don't know what they are or what they mean, but I like them. Back here I just have a bunch of random supplies behind this, and then these are done by one of my viewers. They have an Etsy shop called Paw Print Illustrations, and they actually sent me this as fan mail several months ago. I haven't talked about their shop yet for some reason. Anyways, go check them out on Etsy too. It's Paw Print Illustrations. Thank you so much for sending these to me. And I guess sometimes if you guys want to send me something, you can go to fanmail.hunterhouck.com, and all the information is right there. But again, thank you. And then in front of all this stuff is the case from my new iPhone, which is a perfect segue into the newest product on my merch shop, which is the iPhone case. We have it in all sorts of cases. Basically any iPhone that they still make, or even that they still have. Like I think we have 6s and stuff. Some of the older, all the way to the new 12s. We have cases for on the shop with the patent design, which there is still time to get them in time for Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff. So if you want to get them as a gift, tell the people to hurry and order by, I think, December 8th. And up here where, like, here's my hand all the way up, so I can barely reach it, is a Grillite over, a Marble Queen Pothos, and a Fiddle Leaf Fig that for some reason, I think it needs fertilized because it's been droopy the last like day or so. And then a Marble Queen Pothos cutting that I'm propagating, and I'm actually going to send it to a friend for Christmas. And then I have some scissors for opening packages. And then of course a big sheet of cork that I'm saving for someday putting in an enclosure. I don't know what enclosure though, so subscribe for that. And then some cleaning supplies. You'll see I have a bunch of Clorox wipes back there. That stuff never goes near the animals. That stuff's not good for them, and it never comes into contact with them. So over here you've already seen the Christmas tree, and that's on my nightstand. And I have, the tissues are on the floor because they normally go here, but the Christmas tree's there. I have this, which I actually need to wash real quick. This is one of my 2 coasters from Herpetology on Etsy. Some of you may know Zoe from ZA Reptiles. She has an Etsy shop and she makes all sorts of cool reptile stuff. So these are frogs or toads or something. And I have 2 of these. Anyways, this is awesome. I love it, and I got it quite a while ago, but go check those out too. They're awesome. I use it literally every day. And then we move over here, which is very boring. It's just my bed. Not much goes on over here. And then we move it over here, which is, you guys, my room is so small that I don't have room for a desk and a dresser, so I have both. The funny thing is there's nothing in this dresser. I just need to sell it and then just get an actual desk. But some other time, because I don't have time for that right now. And look at that, how beautiful. It says Happy Holidays, and I totally didn't stage that for this. Here is the microphone that I use to record Reptilian Ramble, which is my podcast, which season 2 just got released, or we started releasing the episodes. We've had Exotic so far, and we have all sorts of awesome people coming up soon. So be sure to subscribe to that. Now that we're done with the Christmas skit, I can show you, this is how I normally film. I sit right there, and this is over here at an angle so I can see it. And then here is a golden pothos. I have been cutting most of it back so that it'll just grow trails. Let's see here. AirPods. They have a cool lilac case. The other thing, coaster from Herpetology. This that I used to record Reptilian Ramble on, and then a bunch of other random stuff. And then we go to this wall, the fourth wall that we've already been to. But first, while I'm editing this, I have always wanted to do one of these, So, like I said, now we're right back where we started. So, I hope you enjoyed today's reptile room tour. I really enjoyed filming it. I literally had to unload footage onto the computer for, like, I think 3 times. And I have probably an hour of footage, so I have a lot of editing to do before December 1st. No, not December 1st. When does this even go up? Yeah, December 1st, wow. Anyways, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications for the rest of VLOGMAS. There's gonna be some cool giveaways and all sorts of awesome stuff every other day, so I will see you next on December 3rd. Again, if you want to get any of the items that I mentioned, you can get all of that at shop.hunterhouck.com. Be sure to order soon so that you're for sure gonna get it before the holidays. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, and I guess if you're new here, seriously subscribe because I make all sorts of awesome reptile and amphibian videos. I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.